It gives me great pleasure to introduce again one of our great community leaders, Linda White. I have a brief bio to share with you. Linda E. White is currently the President and CEO of Deaconess Health System and has held several positions within Deaconess. She is a graduate of the Deaconess Hospital School of Nursing and holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Mathematics from Indiana State University. White also earned a baccalaureate degree in nursing and Masters of Business Administration from the University of Evansville. In addition to participating in many community programs, Linda is a fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives. And I know she just does a lot of great things also within our community and with USI. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome her to the stage.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for coming out on a cold, cold March day. I do have to ask you, though, is anyone else excited about going back to college after hearing all of this activity? Now, I would love to go back, but I'm not sure I would meet the admission standards that are so high at this wonderful university, so I will keep my day job. That's okay. But when I was first asked to talk about engagement, I thought, wow, this university is really advanced, and think about what kind of contributions you have made. But I will admit that my very first thought about engagement went to a wedding. Now think about it. Think about a wedding and engagement. You've got to get a dress and all that excitement, because I will share a little secret with you. My very favorite show is TLC's Say Yes to the Dress. And for those of you in the audience who follow it, it's either Kleinfeld's or Brides by Lori in Atlanta, right? Okay, you know how excited I am about this. Because not only does an engagement bring the dress, it means the wedding rings, the engagement rings, and all of those things. But then I got real smart. And I said, you know what, it's probably not about that kind of engagement. Maybe it's about The Bachelor. And did you watch the episode last night? 3 girls, one was eliminated. So we can't wait until 2 weeks because they're going to give us a week with the real brides. But again, got a little bit smart and said, it must not be that kind of engagement. Because you know what you are about? It's all about people engagement. And that's what University of Southern Indiana excels in. And all of you in this audience know that. It's about connecting people. And it's at a personal level, a very personal level. So what is it all about? Why do we connect? In our business in healthcare, it's all about making sure that missions match. There's a common vision. And that's what leads to engagement. Am I tracking with you? It is about mission and vision. Because when we look at hospitals, and I've worked in hospitals for a long time, and we look to partner with somebody, the first thing we do, without fail, is to pull out their mission statement and see if it matches ours. And it isn't word for word, it's in context. Do they want to do what we want to do? So let's think a minute. Does anybody know the mission statement at the university? Right here? This is the audience participation time if you didn't get the message. Do you know the mission? Okay. I encourage you to learn the mission because here it is. And this is paraphrased, but I want you to concentrate on a couple of the words. Engage learning community. Enhancing awareness. Look at the word next. Fostering partnerships. And preparing individuals. Now think about that. This is the mission. This is why you exist as an organization. And the words engagement and partnership are right there. This is what it's all about. And you're very fortunate to have a president who recognizes the importance of engagement and partnerships. And aren't you proud? Aren't you proud of this? Because does anyone know the vision? When I talked about matching up mission, there was also the word vision there. Does anyone know the vision? Oh my. Okay, I'll give you I'll give you a visual hint. The visual hint is right here. The vision of this university is to shape the future through learning and innovation. And just think about all the things you've heard already this afternoon as to what this university is doing. To engage people to form partnerships to better this community. Isn't that it, pretty much in simple words? This is what this university is about. This is why you exist as a university. So it's about people coming together, putting pieces together, and building a better product. Coming together, think about it as an engagement, think about that wedding dress, people coming together, because in the long run, 1 + 1 = 3 when you have the right partner. You believe that? 1 + 1 = 3, and all that says, it's not new math. And again, I probably wouldn't pass your admission standards, and I know that isn't right. But in the business world, it is the best kind of equation you could possibly have. Because put two partners together, and you know what? It is better than the sum of each one individually. And that's what engagement is about. And I challenge you to think about that in terms of partnerships also. So here it is. It's simply saying over time, you will increase the value. And if you, over time, increase the value, guess what? You then begin to have engagement. And that's simply what this says. Because it doesn't start that way. You have to learn one another, and you have to do the mission and the vision. It's people that are coming together, holding hands, and saying, we have a common mission, we have a common vision. It's also looking to each other to say, who has the expertise? Because there is no one body that has all the expertise. So coming together through the engagement and through the partnership, we share experiences, we share expertise. And that is why we can now say 1 + 1 does indeed equal 3. University of Evansville, in my opinion, is one of those wheels. The University of Southern Indiana is the red wheel that is pulling this all together. And I congratulate the university for being so proactive and thinking like that. Because this university does not look at something and say, we can't do it. Have you ever heard those words said? I see heads saying, no, no, no. This university is a yes university. And people want to partner with you because you find a way to make things happen. You don't find a way to say no. You don't find a way to say that's not going to work. You don't find a way to say that we've never done it that way. You are the progressive university that people want to be engaged to, married to, partnered with. So this is all about people holding hands, coming together, sharing the mission, sharing the vision with one another. It's coming to yes. It's hands up saying we can do it. And that's what this partnership is all about. This is a picture of an operating room. I'm going to talk about engagement for a second. How many of you have had an operation? And don't get into any details here. Okay. Who is the most important person in the operating room? The most important person in the operating room. The patient, the center of our universe. Who's another very important person in the operating room? The surgeon, another important person. Who's another important person in the operating room? Anesthesiologist, because if he puts you to sleep, he better wake you up. And we have that kind of talk around the doctor's lounge table, and I said, if you put me to sleep, wake me up. Okay. One more person who is probably one of the most important people in the operating room. Pardon? Patient. Okay, we press. Count the pieces, oh sure, those are the circulating technicians and the nurses. Well, let me tell you another person that you haven't mentioned yet. See this messy, messy operating room? One of the most important people in the operating room is the person who cleans the room between cases. If you do not have a clean operating room, guess what happens, folks? You don't last very long as a hospital because you have too many infections, too many people die. The importance of every single individual is pinpointed by what I've just said. And let me tell you a secret too. The engaged physician in today's world knows the name of a housekeeper who cleans the room in between cases. Think about that. Because to the operating room surgeon, the most important thing is sterility. And yes, all those other things that you've mentioned. But if you do not have an engaged team, if you don't know the people by name, it's not going to work nearly as well. And I can tell you that from firsthand experience. So it is all about that cleanliness. So I don't know the name of this woman cleaning. That's not a deaconess. But somebody better know her name, and somebody better say, thank you very much. Because this is the most important team in between cases, and you'll never see them. You'll never see them in the operating room, and you assume that everything is okay. But they are the most important people. Now I'm going to switch it. This is a dorm room. Does this look like one of your dorm rooms? Do we have any students in the room? Do we have any students? Does this look like your dorm room? Okay. Or here's another variation of your dorm room. Who cleans your dorm room? Do you? Okay. Who else has a dorm room? Who cleans your dorm room? You do? Okay. Are you proud of how it's kept clean? Pardon?
Maybe not 100%.
Okay. Do you have a roommate?
Yeah.
Do you agree that it needs to be cleaner?
Yeah.
Okay, come up here for just a second, okay? Because of the cleanliness and engagement, I want you to take your roommate out to Subway. Here's some gift cards for you. And you discuss what we talked about here and bring it home to engagement. Roommate, I'm going to engage with you that we are going to have a cleaner dorm room, okay? Got it. I got it, all right. That's engagement on a personal level, folks. Because think about this, the engagement, I come back to the wedding, and engagement can lead to a partnership. You don't get married right away, except on The Bachelor, but this is all about coming together, pieces fitting together, and it really is a win-win situation. So partners come together, they work together, and if you look closely, those are really people spelling out the word partner. And they worked hard, and one person could not do it alone. The whole group had to get together and said, this is what we're going to do. And it is about partnership, and it drives it right home to the University of Southern Indiana. And think about the kind of partnerships that you've had. Is there any company, is there any business, is there any individual that the university would not want to partner with? Think about it. Think about all those things that you're doing. It's unbelievable what you've been able to achieve. But let's hit on a couple of really positive ones. You've heard a little bit about this. In the top picture up there in the upper left-hand corner is Lynn Miller-Pease of Leadership Evansville. She was on this campus to help lead voices, to get the voice of the consumer, the voice of the community, and USI was the center of that attention. We just heard about New Harmony, and Connie Weinsapple was up here earlier talking a little bit about just what happened yesterday, a whole group of community citizens coming together to talk about advanced directives. Remarkable. And it was USI that held the glue together that said, let's make this happen and talk about a very important issue. And you've already heard a little bit about Startup Weekend. That was just a week ago, a weekend, 99 people here, 9 teams presented. They were given 6 minutes each. And it was unbelievable what USI did with Google as a national or international sponsor and formed a partnership, engaged these students of all sizes, varieties, ages, all of that. Unbelievable engagement that led to a partnership, and they worked 48 hours on a weekend and came together and said, we've got a new business plan. So that's what it's about. That was also, here's how the judges judged that weekend. You've heard about Day on the Bus, community partners coming together and saying, let's make sure the faculty are very engaged with what we have going here at this university. And we can't talk about engagement and partnership without talking about a history-making event with the IU School of Medicine. I see Kirk White right out here. Wave your hand. This is the man behind the scenes that represents Indiana University.
Way behind.
No, wait, well, whatever your way behind was, it worked. Because think about the history behind this, and here it is. This is Dr. Bennett, you can see at the table signing the papers, along with Dr. Tom Gazee of the University of Evansville, Dr. Dan Schenk, that at the time Chancellor of Ivy Tech, Dr. Steve Becker, the School of Medicine, and Dr. Bennett representing the university. Folks, this is getting national attention. It is so uncommon for 4 universities with similar mission statements, but a little different, similar kind of visions, but a little different, coming together and signing the documents that say, we're going to come together for the good of this community, for the good of the state of Indiana, for the good of the medical field, and we're going to make things happen in Southern Indiana. Folks, this doesn't happen on its own. It's because people became engaged. People said, I trust you. I want to work with you, and this is what happened. And here are the 9 campuses with from the IU School of Medicine, and we could not be prouder as a community to say, we're going to be a big part of this. And here's the groundbreaking ceremony. You see Dr. Bennett next to Patrick Shoulders, a local attorney here who is a member of the Board of Trustees for Indiana University. Here are all the kinds of people behind that. And here's the fruition. This is the building that's being built on the downtown campus. And it's the hard work of all of the people who made this happen. And they're the students that are going to benefit. But folks, it doesn't stop there. We had 4 universities come together, and in another kind of earth-shattering kind of thing, 4 competing hospitals came together. And in fact, I was in Vincennes this morning, sitting at a table at Good Samaritan Hospital, talking about the residency program that the 4 of us are going to foster. So we've got the Memorial Hospital of Jasper, Indiana. We've got Good Samaritan Hospital in Vincennes. We have St. Mary's here in Evansville and Deaconess in Evansville. These are competitive people, folks. I mean, pretty tough, ready competitors. But we put on the community hats and said, this is the right thing to do for this community. And once again, this is getting national attention. So you'll hear more about it. But just like dogs carry bones, and they work together as a partner, you have partnered in many, many different ways. And you are to be congratulated. Whether it be with the Association for the Blind and helping them gain efficiency, whether it be with the Tri-State Manufacturing and making sure that they learn how to do things more efficiently from your expertise, so that all of these manufacturing jobs are not sent to China, or Taiwan, and wherever else. And also working with the mayor right here. This is the Pigeon Creek Greenway project. You, as a university, have made many, many things happen. And we've already talked about I-69. My goodness gracious, the impact that that's going to have throughout the entire country. So think about it this way. First you get engaged, then you get married, and you're a partner for life. It comes back to the wedding. And that's exactly what the University of Evansville and the University of Southern Indiana and Ivy Tech have added to this community, with the University of Southern Indiana leading the way. And I hope you really feel proud about that, because you have made things happen. And you have made things say, I do at the altar. Now what I want to do is make sure that you understand that Deaconess is very appreciative of the partnership that we have with the University of Southern Indiana. And I have here 2 certificates that I'm going to give to 2 faculty members. And this is a certificate for them to distribute to a currently enrolled student. And this is a certificate for a paid internship at Deaconess for the dates and times and commitment to be negotiated between the outstanding students that you select. And we are very proud, and I've got the contact information here, but Daniela, why don't you take one? Mark, you take the other one? And we want to make sure that we stand as a good partner. And this is just one small way to say thank you for being a partner to us. Because partner, we thank you.